Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Hello, Christopher.
Oh, happy Tuesday.
Tuesday it is.
Indeed, indeed. So we are going to do the 60s show today and show you all the 60s cars. However, they're kind of all over the place. They're not in a neat row. So we're going to start our decades with the 70s, right? So we're starting here with the 70 Nova, but before we get to all these great cars, here's a question for you to think about and to answer and to respond to. If you could only purchase one car in the 1970s, and I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about in the 1970s, not from the 1970s, what car would that be? Okay, you guys think about that.
That's a tough one, Chris.
That is a tough one. Mine is easy. I'll tell you guys later. PJ, you think about yours. We're going to start with the 70 Nova here. So the person who bought this, we say this was Grandma's car, and we don't know how old she was. We do know it was a female original owner. We do know that it had super low original miles on it, and she must have been pretty cool because that's a cool color, and it's got that cool bench seat, that vinyl bench seat. And someone restored this like a hot rod. They dropped in a Chevy 427 cubic inch big block. They made it up to a 4-speed. They put Caltrax on the rear with a monster axle, solid axle back there. What a neat car. Who's out there today?
Joe says he would buy a 71 Hemi Cuda convertible if he had the opportunity to.
Wow, and those are worth a ton of money today. Probably the most expensive classic car today in the entire hobby is a 71 Hemi Cuda convertible, right? I don't think there's a higher car.
Holy Grail?
It's definitely a holy grail, a 71 Hemi Cuda convertible. So that's cool. All right, let's see what else you guys say.
That's it right now, but...
and how much would that have cost in 1971? About $4,200? Someone look that up, will you?
Amazing.
Okay, so the Nova, brand new, this is probably under a $3,000 car, but I guarantee that modern 427 big block that runs on pump gas, that probably in today's dollars costs the restorer $12K just on the engine. Go ahead.
Robbie says, I loved my Buick GSX.
GSX, 1970 GSX, some say that car had more torque than any muscle car out of Detroit. Is it true? 1970, right?
I don't know.
What a cool car. Now, is it yellow? That's the iconic color for a 70 Buick, right?
I have a fond memory of all these 1970s because I was born in 1970, so I have kind of like an affiliation there.
Great.
Larry West says...
So that means you needed a co-signer
that's
for your,
right.
for
yeah,
your
for
car?
my 70. Larry West says Superbird or the Daytona with a Hemi.
Oh, I'm seeing a theme here, Mopars.
Right. Now we have 5 vehicles here that are in the 70s.
Here.
We're going to look at all 5 of them today.
3 are Chevys and 2 are Mopars.
That's right. We've got some older commercials we kind of wanted to show you too.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, so let's move on over to the Z28.
Same year, 1970, well, and a half.
70 and a half, you got it, PJ. This one, Cardinal Red, 4-speed car, solid lifter, 350 small block. And PJ is going to roll a commercial for you here in a moment. And here's what I'm going to point out to you in the commercial. It's also a split bumper car, but it's not a Z28. Because the Rally Sport package, you could get it on any model Camaro, right? You could get it on the SS and make it a SS RS. You could get an RS package on a base Camaro like you see on the commercial. You could get the RS package on a Z28. The big telltale sign in 1970 for the RS package is the split bumper. In 1967 to 1969, the Rally Sport was identified by the hideaway headlights, right? So PJ, I'd like you to show our first commercial for our friends out there to watch and to have fun. You'll enjoy seeing this Camaro. Check it out.
New Camaro, Super Hugger. If it were just an ordinary Sportster, Chevy might have introduced it at the ordinary time, but it isn't, so we didn't.
I drive my Camaro from the mountains to the sea. Won't
Chevy built a whole new car from the road up with an improved road-hugging suspension that lets you feel the road without feeling the bumps.
My Camaro.
With all this go, you get plenty of stop. Front disc brakes are standard.
Isn't this a little too much? I said you could use my Camaro, but not all the time, Dad.
Okay, if that's the way you feel about it, I'll save up and buy one of my own.
New Camaro, the Super Hugger. See it at your Chevy dealers. After all, it's not how young you are, it's how old you aren't.
Now that's cool. And I've got to point out, is it me or did that actress there, did she look a little bit like Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yeah, a little bit,
Does
I guess,
she?
yeah.
There you go. So back when these were new, no one thought twice about putting a surfboard on top of a Camaro. Now they're so expensive. As a collector car, you wouldn't see that sort of activity, would you?
No, I can't even imagine that. When I saw that in the video, I was like, what the heck?
There you go. What's out there,
Larry
PJ?
West says, how much did a 71 Hemi Cuda convertible cost new?
42?
71 Hemi Cuda convertible from Hemmings, the mass-produced Plymouth that didn't sell well because loaded with a $883 Hemi engine on top of the $32.91 base price for a convertible. They were really expensive.
Right.
Well, they're a lot more expensive now.
A lot more expensive now. They're over $1 million if you can find them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Roger says, I like the GTOs and the Chevelles of the 70s.
Right, you know, that 70 GTO is kind of cool in its own way. The 69 gets all the glory, but the 70, honestly, is a much cooler car, a much better engineered car as well. And the 70 Chevelle, the LS6, the 454, that's the high point for Chevelles, right? 1970.
Lane's Oil says the Z28 would look great next to his Bandit.
Yeah, Tony, glad you're watching today.
That's right.
In fact, Tony's going to be here on Friday. I asked Tony earlier, he's going to be here on behalf of his company, Lands Oil, and they are going to be bringing the first oil change for the winner of the BMW M4 Competition Coupe. That happens Friday at noon Eastern Daylight Time. Tune in.
That's right. Joe says, love the GSX, great choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got five, like I said, we've got five vehicles from the 70s. We've done 2 of them.
We've done
3
two
more to
of
go.
them. We got 3 more to go. We're just going to go in the line. 71 Charger Super Beat.
Butterscotch.
My Dodge Mopar. So I looked for a vintage TV commercial. I could find them for the Charger. I could find them for the Dodge product line. I could not find one specific to the 71 Super Bee. So we're just going to let you look at this. The Super Bee, the base model was that big block 383 Magnum. The air grabber hood was an option. It came standard with a 4-speed pistol grip. High impact color was not always standard. You could have got a less impactful color, or you could have got, as I've told you guys before, my favorite word, butterscotch.
It is. It's a beautiful color. I love that color.
Beautiful color. And it's very 70s as well. It would go good with your avocado gold refrigerator. Did you ever get rid of that, PJ?
No, still have it.
You still have it?
Yeah. Now we're out to
Not
72.
avocado gold, harvest gold and avocado green. Those
That's
are the
right.
2 colors there. Okay, so that's, show them the pistol grip, because that's really the cool part of this whole car. That crazy pistol grip, 4-speed Dodge.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
And so we've talked about 2 Hemi cars here, a Cuda convertible and a Superbird. So, which has me ask the question that I already know the answer to: could you get a Hemi in the 71 Super Bee? Of course you could. Again, very expensive option. Very few of them were made. Gas prices were starting to get a little bit wacky, but yes, you could have done it.
Good deal. 2 more cars from the 70s.
2 more cars. Speaking of gas prices, PJ, I filled up today for $2.89.
Wow.
Wow. $2.89. Can anybody beat that at a gas station near you? I was impressed. I'd be more impressed if it was 84 cents. Let's go ahead and look at the 72 Chevelle. This one, it's not Hugger Orange, though it looks very similar. The color is called Flame Orange. And this one is a 1-owner car, that I know of.
1972.
1972, big block, 4-speed by 72. Oh, unleaded fuel, motors, the compression had gone down, but still, 70 to 72 Chevelles all share that same body style. And if you can't get into a 70 Chevelle, a 72 is pretty darn cool. So cool, in fact, that I'm going to bring up the name Casey Kasem from American Top 40. And why am I going to do that, PJ?
I think we've got a great video here to watch.
We've got a great video, and listen, that's Casey Kasem telling you about the new 72 Chevelle.
'72 Chevelle by Chevrolet. You'll find some changes, like refined pollution controls for cleaner air, but it still has everything that made it America's most popular mid-sized car. Chevelle gives you big car comfort in a less expensive size, so it fits more families and more budgets. Chevrolet wants your new Chevelle to be the best car you ever owned.
America, there's so much to see, and Chevrolet's building a better way to see USA.
Chevrolet, building a better way to see the USA.
I love those old car commercials.
No CGI in those.
Yeah, no CDI. And what's up with that horse and buggy? They must be like in Pennsylvania somewhere.
Are they trying to see what this car does against the horse and buggy?
I guess. I mean, which one has more horsepower? Duh, the Chevelle. The horse has one. The Chevelle, even detuned, has a whole lot more than that horse.
That's right.
Okay, guys, so we're up to number 4. And I'm going to tell you number 5, and then I'll tell you if I could buy one car new in the 1970s, what that would be. And spoiler alert, it's not a Vega, it's not a Pinto. All right?
Joe says has the front nose almost like the old Monte Carlos. I'm not sure if he's talking the Chevelle or the...
Well, no, definitely talking the Chevelle, and here's why. The Monte Carlo and the Chevelle are real. They were built on the same assembly lines with the same body theme or same styling theme. So I don't know if it's correct to really call a Monte Carlo in 70 an A body. It may be more correct to call it an A/G body because the nose is a little bit, or the front end I think is a little bit longer on that Monte Carlo. The Monte Carlo and the Grand Prix were on that same sort of hybrid A body, G body, but that's probably more information than you need to know.
JJ wants to know, what about a 71 Cuda to have sweepstakes?
71 Cuda.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. 71 Cudas, if a 71 Cuda convertible costs over $1 million, oh, think of how much you guys are going to have to up your game, right? At dreamgiveaway.com.
Using your
get
special
your
promo
entries to
code.
win using your special promo code. You know, it would be great once you get up into those $1 million car ranges. That means more money is on the car and less money to the charity. So we probably won't be doing 71 Cudas. But I love the idea. I'd love to give one away. Let's get on over to a Mopar that we can give away. And this is the 71 Demon 340. Only made, what, 1971 and 1972. This one, California built car, special order car. I think I counted 20 plus extra cost factory options on it. Bumper guards, hood pins, stripes, rally wheels.
The color looks almost like it was made from a comic book.
Almost does, doesn't it? It's called Citron Yellow. And this was actually a pretty affordable car back in the day. I think this one, even with everything on it, was only like $3,400 or $3,600. So nowhere near the price of a Cuda with a Hemi engine in 1971. So there you go on number 5. 3 Chevys and 2 Mopars. Who else? Come on. Okay. If you could buy one car new in the 70s, what car would it be?
Well, I'm not sure exactly what Steve would buy, but he said good luck to everybody and God bless. And then Robbie says, Chris, you would buy a Pontiac Firebird Trans Am.
You absolutely know it. Hey, you got that right. 1970 and a half in Lucerne blue with a medium blue interior, a 4-speed and no console. And you can even do a radio delete if you want, because I have a nicer stereo at home than Pontiac could have put in the car that year. And I just love that 1970 and a half Trans Am. Love it a whole lot. Thanks for remembering that, huh?
That's right.
There you go. There's our 5 cars from the 70s. All of them will be given to 5 lucky winners. I suppose someone could win more than one of these,
That's
so
right.
it's not statistically impossible. So get your entries at www. There I go with www again because I'm being retro. Dreamgiveaway.com. Use promo code Facebook Live or promo code YouTube. Get those bonus tickets.
Oh, by the way, Maritza said a 79 Corvette for her.
79 Corvette. I should have guessed that one too. There you go. All right, guys, keep posting what one car you would have bought in the 1970s. Not that you'd buy today. If you were back in the 1970s and you had the blank check, what one car would you buy? Go ahead and post those comments. We will see you tomorrow. And I hope tomorrow we can show you the cars from the 1960s that we have here in our favorite place on earth, the Dream Giveaway Garage for dreamgiveaway.com.